It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Product. Welcome to the cafe. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. It was raining, the sun is out, and there's some comedians in studio today. Wait till you check this out.
You just roll with whoever I bring in.
I'm telling you, what a personality. I tell you, make sure.
I spoke with her the other day. It wasn't even a question of doing it virtually. We can't eat marshmallows virtually over the air, so she had to come in.
I'm going to tell you something. Nobody around me for about 16,000 miles knows when I told her in Spanish, you have me in 3 and 2.
Oh, what's that mean?
Right? Nobody knows. She knows.
3 and 2?
Do you know what that means?
No.
In a baseball game, the bases are loaded. And the game is on the line. And there's 3 balls and 2 strikes. If I throw a strike, I strike you out, I win. But anything else, you get a hit, you get a walk, you win. So it's the, what do I do next? What's going to happen? So I said to her, can you make me a cookie with no sugar? She said, no. And I said, boy, I got to try them things over there, which we're going to talk about.
I got to tell you, Sweets by Milka posts, you talk about Instagram and social media posts. So we had National S'mores Day, I guess it was on Monday? It was Monday, and someone saw our post, and someone tagged Milka and said, you have to get in touch. She called me the next day, and here she is today. She said she takes s'mores and marshmallows to a whole nother level. She stuffs them from the outside. She stuffs inside the marshmallows, so we don't have to layer.
She makes the marshmallow.
I know.
Who the hell makes a marshmallow?
We're going to find out, so I hope. Really.
What?
Can you hold your wand, please?
My finger.
I know what it is.
Do you notice that I've been wearing black because I got a nice little one?
It's been a long day. Happy Thursday at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. I can't even say it's a throwback Thursday. Our crew has been amazing. We have been, since we went on air this morning, nonstop. We've had 2 studios, 3 studios running. About 10 minutes ago, you and I literally walked right past each other in the doorway. It's like, hi, Sam. Hi, Fred. You walked in. I walked out. It was like, whoop, we just kept walking past each other.
How things have changed. Today, she's working the back end of the production. I had to set the stage here for Mia, who did a fantastic job. Thank you, Vinny, for helping. They had to reset this stage. They had to get a radio station show together at 11 o'clock, so they got that done. That's called the back end because it's not in studio. And then I have Fuego, where the wonderful Teddy, who is on vacation for a couple of days, which she needs it, we had a small problem, and I texted her, instant repair.
Nice.
Instant.
Now you know.
I need you to get one of these that go like that.
Click your heels. Instant.
So it's funny because it's changed, because I used to worry about the back end, and Dawn did all this other craziness in here. So what does she tell me? Meanwhile, I go in there after talking to Milka about what we're doing, talking, and I sit down because my tongue is hanging out of my mouth, and she goes, you're not doing anything.
And 2-minute warning, Dana and Bernard, I will get you your login credentials as soon as we get off air. We ran out. And Val is in there running. Mia's not even supposed to be here today, and she's here running board. We got all hands on deck. Our crew has got our back, and they have been spectacular. Mia's show was incredible. Vinny, you did a great job running this TV screen back there. Mia, spectacular amount of information. It is not easy to sit for 30 minutes and talk by yourself with no interaction.
I got 17 different ideas for Mia that I want to try.
Okay.
Now I know that she can, and I have a different idea, a different take, a whole different.
She did a fantastic job.
She did.
Hollywood Headlines, Mia Borselli, tune in next week for that as well. We had 2020 Vision. The kids put a show together. You and I.
That was an interesting show.
You know what I realized though? You get a little cranky behind the scenes. You're kind of better out here talking to Milka. I'm thinking maybe you need to be the front end and
First of all, I was talking to Milka because she told me that's her real name.
Milk with an A.
Milka. Is that the name of your brand too?
Sweets by Milka.
This, we should open up a Milk by Milka. Milk it, baby, milk it. I'm
There
telling
should
you.
be Sweets and Milk by Milka. There's no doubt. You should have your own milk carton with your name on it. Don't you think? Milk, whatever kind of milk. If you don't believe in dairy, it can be almond, soy, it can be coconut, whatever kind of milk you believe in. But I think
If she makes marshmallows, she can make milk.
she
A
totally
marshmallow
needs,
cow.
she totally needs that little milk container to go with her branding.
Oh, you like that idea? Remember I showed you that for water about 3 years ago? You
I
could
love
get a
that
container
idea.
of water.
I've never seen
They
that
sell
again.
blank containers and you can put anything you want in there. Milka. Milka. This is for kids, the Kids Television Network. You remember when they used to give you milk on the set?
Remember they used to give you milk with
In
your
school?
lunch?
I couldn't stand that.
Whole milk, skim milk, chocolate milk.
I never liked drinking milk in school.
I mean, neither, but that was all our choice.
I said chocolate milk. I enjoy it time to time.
You remember drinking milk in school and the milk was warm because it was like out all day? And then I had to drink 2 of them. And I used to wait till I finished eating and drink it real fast.
Ugh.
But
But
Milka.
that is the power of social media, so I'm excited that we get to look at her personality. She comes where are you from? Tequesta. She had to tell me where
Venezuela.
Tequesta
She
was.
walked here from
She
Venezuela.
had to tell me where Tequesta was. It's all the way up in Jupiter.
Tequesta's a country? Oh, it's a state. It's
It's
part
a
of
city.
Florida?
Yes. She's north of us. She's like an hour north of us, and she came down to bring her marshmallow treats.
Are you on medication that we need to know about?
And poor thing, she walks in, Vinny goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm thinking she's here for Fuego. So we don't say anything. We walk past her, and then we realize she's here for us. And you say, "How long you been sitting out here by yourself?" And then she's in the back, in the kitchen, heating things up. I said, "Make yourself right at home." A
She-
spectacular
she-
guest. Welcome home.
It's funny, Milka, that we were talking today about reinventing yourself because of what we're going through. How to take that next step, trying to make the best decision because the people are playing scared. They're afraid to make a mistake, so they're not playing to gain. They're playing to maintain. And that's not you. I can see right away. She says, listen, let's just go and do. She's telling me, I'm just listening. I'm taking it all in.
It's kind of a great segue for Mia's show because Mia talked about Rachel Ray on her segment, and Rachel Ray's house, I guess, apparently had a fire. I don't know what happened, but you kind of remind me of her. Like you just like you go and you get it and you do it, and this great, authentic personality. So I'm really excited to try her sweets.
So let's bring Mia over. So, where are we?
Milka.
I mean, Milka.
Milka, we have her set up over there
Where are we going to set her up?
where everything is set up.
She's going to sit in that chair? All right,
Yep.
so let's put her over there so we can say hello.
Reinventing and Business Kitchen, Natalia Levy did a great job. That woman is so beautiful, right? She always has this.
Did the
glow.
guests come in?
The guests came in, and it was great.
They didn't
Perfect.
freeze?
Nope. She wasn't frozen. She had logged out because she was finishing up a meeting.
Okay.
No, everything was great. Val did a great. We updated logos and lower thirds, and
Of course we're going to taste. We all run at you, eat, and then run back.
we are 100% going to taste. But
Yeah.
Business Kitchen was a great show, and she is a chef. We should actually get her in touch with Milka and Sweets because you never know.
What's wrong with, huh?
Huh? Hunt's eating lunch.
What's wrong with her? She's standing there,
Oh,
huh?
Milka, welcome.
Welcome, hola.
Hola, I'm good on that
¿Cómo
one.
está Lebu?
Ah, ¿cómo está Lebu? Estoy muy bien, gracias.
See, she speaks French, English, Spanish.
And there
Thanks
you-
for having me, Dawn.
Oh, thank you for finding us. And Carrie, I don't know, and I think she says we know her, and she rebranded, so I didn't realize it was her. And she said, "You know who I am. I met you up at your other studio." And I think she saw the post, and she tagged both of us in it. And the great thing about you is you replied when I replied. Often you reach out to someone on social media, and you never hear back again. And in our business, it's always what's so timely news. And s'mores from Monday to now, it's good for me. I'm sorry you're a diabetic, so it means I might have to have an extra marshmallow for you.
So I actually know Carrie from our 1909 group, and she's Coach Carrie. And I did like a 5-minute training with her during this whole virtual COVID-19. And she told me about your s'mores online. I'm like, what are they doing? They cannot be doing s'mores with
Without you.
store-bought marshmallows. we actually do s'mores with our dream mellows. We call them dream mellows, just because everything is made from scratch. They have no corn syrup. They have no preservatives. No corn syrup, no preservatives, and it really started out of a time where I was super depressed. I had a loss of a baby, and I needed to find something to get me out of the kitchen. To get me out of the kitchen? No, to get me out of my bed. So I started playing with dream mellows. I started playing with marshmallows. I said, I don't like corn syrup. I do like sugar, Freddie, sorry. I don't like corn syrup. I don't like any preservatives. So I wanted to just upgrade the old-fashioned marshmallow, and I did just that. It took me about a year. I applied to the West Palm Beach Green Market without even knowing what I was doing. I received the notification of, yes, you got accepted, and I about to die because I had no licenses, I had no logo, no name, I had nothing other than a product. So I quit corporate after 14 years of being in corporate with a super career and super benefits, but I just went for it. Week after week, we sold out. We've been doing it for 5 years. We've done s'mores carts. We've done events. I've changed everything from the beginning. Absolutely everything. It used to be tiny little, almost like little stand-up dudes. And then that wouldn't work, and then I changed them to little squares. I changed the flavors. I'm into every little detail. I want you to take that bite and breathe. Take it and breathe, and actually enjoy everything that you're putting in your mouth. That's my dream behind everything that I do. So I started with Dream Mellows. I create my own Graham crackers. Everything is from scratch. Everything has a little bit of a punch on the flavor just because it's mine. I kind of break the rules all the time. I used to get in trouble at school. I did go to school for baking and pastry, and how I break the rules is it's really hard for me to measure everything, and baking requires measurement. But I kind of just go by vision and by look and by touch. And
You're typical Latina, a little pinch of this, a little pinch of that.
A typical Latina, exactly. And it's a little bit of salt, and it's a little bit of this, and it's a little bit of that. That's what I kind of do with everything. I created the s'more, not the s'more, but I don't know if you can see it, but they're kind of little pigs that flow in your coffee, and it's fresh marshmallow, so it actually gives you the sugar.
They look like pigs.
They're little pigs, yes. They're floating pigs.
Do you have any more? Or they
Oh
already-
yeah, I brought
Can
some.
you bring us some pigs so we can see
Oh
what the
yeah,
sort of
I
floating
brought
pigs look
some.
like?
The pigs are here in the coffee. You can put them in your hot chocolate as well. So it adds the sugar, the creaminess, plus it makes your coffee super cute too. What else?
Let's take a look. And so you've been doing this now for 5 years.
5 years, yes.
And your inspiration was just to get out of the kitchen?
My inspiration was get out of my bed,
Get
and
into
I
the
want to
kitchen.
be able to do something that I love daily. And I realized the busier that I got in the business, the happier I was. I was in the kitchen at 3 in the morning and I was smiling. If I had a meeting or anything with corporate that I had to get up and prepare, I would be crying.
And you love cooking?
Oh, I absolutely love cooking. Like, cooking for me, the kitchen for me, it's my
See these pigs.
meditation.
That's where you find your tranquility.
100%. It's the only time that my mind is
All right, Milka,
quiet.
she's going to pass those pigs over. Just
Now
play
I
with the
want,
marshmallow
but
pig.
hold on a second, hold on. I want to back the truck up here because I just learned what a s'mores is. I never had
He
one.
never had a s'mores before. And you know what? Have you ever heard of a Mad Lib? He'd never heard of Mad Lib or a s'mores. So it's
I'm
just
from the Bronx. The Bronx, we don't have any of this stuff.
no s'mores, no Mad Libs.
So I didn't know. So what you're telling me, let's add another level to my confusion, is that you're making your own marshmallow.
Yes.
So I don't go to the supermarket and pull out a marshmallow bag.
No!
No
She's
Jet Puff
making
for you.
what?
No Jet Puff for you. She makes them.
But hold on, I am intrigued. Forget about the s'mores for a second. I'm intrigued that you make marshmallows. Who the hell does that?
Green mallows.
Dream Mellows. That means you can add anything you want to this Dream Mellow.
Yes.
You
And
can
I-
put in good stuff.
Okay, so one of our best sellers is our salted caramel.
Oh my God.
You literally do not need the fire for it to taste the s'more
And this is because you make your own marshmallow.
Yeah.
Do you know, I gotta be honest with you, when I was a kid growing up, I didn't eat marshmallows. Because I thought a marshmallow was a giant chemical that they blew up like a balloon. So my mother used to say, don't eat that. So I never ate this is why I never had a s'mores. Because they told me don't eat it. It was a giant ball of fat.
Sugar, corn syrup, pretty much.
You know, I'm laughing, Freddie, because I never had marshmallow either. And I lived in Colorado for 4 years, and I went to school in Colorado, Johnson and Wales, for baking and pastry. And they don't show you how to make marshmallows. I honestly had no idea you could make marshmallows. I thought it was a chemical.
These are really pig faces.
I want
They're
one.
little pink.
Oh my gosh.
I want a pig.
They're little pigs.
Oh my God, they feel like real marshmallows. They feel softer.
Those are delicious.
I want you to save your sugars, though, because
Hey, you want one?
Then see, they don't taste like industrial marshmallows.
They're not. They're not chewy. They're just like kind of
They
glide
melt.
down your throat.
take this to them, please.
They melt in your mouth.
You need to have this.
So you put these marshmallows like in coffee, hot chocolate, things of that nature?
So those are the dream mugs. Those are just vanilla,
I'm gonna try these too.
Madagascar vanilla, which even the vanilla is, that's our bestseller, guys. That's our salted caramel with toasted pecans. The salted caramel is made from scratch
Then
as
you
well.
gotta have one. We gotta
with
forget
no
that one
corn
for Hector.
syrup, no preservatives.
Oh my God.
Okay, look, it's just squishy.
What do you taste that? No, you gotta eat it right. Don't nip at it.
The whole thing.
No, no.
And you see what's in the middle, right?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
How-
Oh.
I started the whole
Wow.
marshmallow because of that, because I didn't
You gotta
like
have one.
marshmallow. They would have s'mores. I'm from Miami or raised in Miami, so we don't do s'mores in Miami. We do margaritas. So I started just playing. I'm like, I don't want to create a cupcake. I want to create something completely different. And there they are, Dream Mellows.
This is ridiculousness. The taste when it explodes in your mouth, I can't even talk.
Because, right? Because the marshmallow was just a marshmallow.
Oh,
And
but
then
the
you
caramel.
bite into this, and then there's
And the chocolate and the caramel.
what's inside of what was inside of
That one is salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a PG show. Otherwise, I would tell you I'm about to.
You're about to salt your
I've
caramel.
heard that a lot. I've
You're
heard
about
that
to
a lot.
salt your caramel, my friend.
This
wow.
is. How come you don't have? Do you sell this all over the country?
So I sell them online now. Coronavirus has changed everything as we all know it. So right now I'm doing mainly deliveries to our local community. Boca is the furthest I go because I'm pretty busy up in Tequesta and Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, and West Palm. I do have a lot of online orders. So I do online orders and I do public, local drop-offs. Just because I like the extra touch, although I'm not touching anyone, just dropping it off at their house is exciting for me.
How would this travel?
In a box. So,
So if we want to send it to New York, can you do that?
yeah, of course. They go to Seattle.
My sister's
New
already
York.
texting me.
The only place that they go anywhere in the United States except Puerto Rico, okay? Just because Puerto Rico is special, as we know it. Ready?
Yeah, that's special, all right.
So they come in little boxes like this.
You want one? You don't need marshmallows?
No, we're talking gains.
Dream mellows?
Dream Mellows.
Slick green marshmallows?
Of course.
You gotta
Perfect.
come back out and get another one. And you've got other
Perfect.
things that you do.
So
Perfect.
coronavirus changed everything. So I started adding our stuffed cookies. So everything is with something inside because the stuff is inside. Just
Talk
like
about the game.
whatever you feel is inside of you. So that's the whole branding behind it. We created our s'mores cookie, which is basically a chocolate chip cookie, and I shouldn't say it basically because it really is a cookie. And then we add our marshmallows on top. We don't use anything fake, or we try not to use anything fake. Put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds and split it open, and you are going.
And then there's more stuff inside.
So the s'mores one doesn't, but this one, which I brought specifically for our friend there.
That's what is that? Guayaba? What is
Yes,
it?
it's guava and cheese.
Guava?
That's what I love, is when
Cacaritos.
people watch our show and
Oh
they know
my
what we
God.
like people research us, Freddie, before they come here now.
Do you
I
know?
see that.
Do you know how many years it's been since I have cacaritos? This is a delicacy in
We
Puerto
talked
Rico.
about that the other day.
This is Milka's guava and cheese. And
You're making my mouth water.
I love it. I personally
Ooh, it's
love it.
warm too. She heated it up for you, Freddie.
Let's cut this in half because Dawn, you gotta have some of that.
There's more here.
Just cut it in half. This is el futuro.
El futuro.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I love this.
You grew up in Miami?
I grew up in Miami. Yes, I went to.
Oh, you gotta
Miami
be kidding
Beach
me.
Senior High.
That's it. I'm done. That's it.
Wow.
Get his shots.
This is unbelievable.
Wow. This is guava cheese cookie?
Yes.
Amazing. And you and I are the only ones eating here. We got a full staff.
More for me.
So I create cookies now. Funny that you started talking about cheese because I'm working on tequeños, which are cheese sticks, Venezuelan cheese sticks. But I'm going to do something really fun with them. And I'm just
como-
playing right now.
You know how the Cubans say, mira, tú sabes lo que es esto. Mira.
You like
Mm.
Mira, nene.
This is unfreaking believable.
Gonna send it to your sister? Was it guava and cheese?
Guava and cheese.
Oh my gosh, look, you gotta have a cookie. And then there's a crunch on the outside. Unbelievable. Milka
I'm a little busy.
You need your own cooking, baking show, I think is what
I
you need.
do.
I know.
I started filming myself in my crazy home because
Chequete
I have
esto.
3 kids. And I think we would make such a good show, or at least it does to me when I go hiding. I literally hide all day from them.
How old are your kids?
Oh my God, 17, 4, and 2. Yes, so imagine the chaos.
What?
17, 4, and 2.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
17 was part of that break.
Uh-huh,
1 year break with the husband, so that came with the package, you know.
Are you planning on hiring any more? Because we can't go on cookie strike. This is unfreaking believable. What's the website? Is it up?
It's sweetsbymilka.com.
We definitely need to add like a carton of milk with this to your branding. Whatever you
I'll
like
write
to
it
drink.
down.
Or it doesn't have to be milk. It could be, I don't know, vodka, tequila. We could just call milk. Like my mom would drink, so she would call it grandma's juice. It can be Milka's milk, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anything, but it just goes with the branding of this and the cloud and.
Listen, you can handle all the liquid you want. I just want the cookies. These things unbelievable.
So I started creating the cookies because I just create for fun. I literally create for fun some days. If I'm stressed, I go to the kitchen, I create. If I have way too many ideas, I go in the kitchen, and that's how my mind stops. When people go running, I go in the kitchen.
Are you a good cook? Rice and beans, Latina food? You are, right?
Come on, arroz, habichuela.
How come you don't have a restaurant?
No, I don't want a restaurant. It's not
But a restaurant wants you.
I know. My grandma used to have a restaurant. 2 of my grandmas actually, and no, that's not something I love. I don't
Well,
know
I'm gonna
why.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said to my stepdaughter. She's a great cook, but it looks like when you guys are great cooks, they do little teases. They do knickknackies. They do a little cookie, a little that. I mean, what you got going here is phenomenal.
I love it.
This is unbelievable. I mean,
Her
and then she
presentation,
came all the way
all of
down
it.
here.
I know.
I'm shocked.
Her presentation, all of it, absolutely amazing. What is 1909? Because I keep seeing that posted. Is that with Shayna?
So that is with Shayna, yes. So 1909. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me if you post this. I call them. It's almost like we're a gang, like a super positive small business gang. Like you go in there and you either fit or you don't. It's unbelievable. They give you mentorship programs. I was actually part of their accelerator program last year, and that's where the whole name changed. The business name changed, adding new products to the brand, the branding changed. So 1909 is a group of small business dreamers. We are big dreamers there. So we meet up, now it's mainly virtually. We meet up virtually, we kind of just throw our ideas out there and we help each other. We help each other grow business as well as personal. We have yoga classes, we have everything.
And you know who Shayna is. We worked with her when we were at the other place. She had a networking group for a lot of startups. And then I see she's got incredible publicity now. She moved through 1909. She's been on the news. She's been
She's the
spotlighted.
head person in 1909. Yeah, she's our big boss.
It's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, she's amazing, amazing.
And the rebranding and all of it comes through that, and then through Carrie and everything else.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
How,
What else?
how many goods do you have? You have that, you have this. I see a few. How many is your portfolio? How big?
So the things that I'm currently selling, I would say about 10 different things now. What I've made, oh God, I have like at least 5 different books of different things that I've created. Now I have a strawberry that it's called Dreamberry, to die for. A strawberry dipped in dark chocolate and then topped with a fresh marshmallow.
Oh man.
It is to
Can
die
you
for.
that? Remember you said in the beginning of the show, if this weren't like a midday show, that would do that.
I don't know what the hell she's.
Strawberry.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
A
Now-
chocolate covered strawberry with a fresh marshmallow on top. Put it in a little bit of champagne. Done.
Now, do
Double
you?
rum. Done.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
right?
I'm trying to focus here.
Sorry.
So for children's birthday parties or even adult birthday parties, you can custom make almost anything.
Almost no, I can make anything with it. I can make any flavor that you can think of. I can add rum to them if you want. I can add different decorations. I can make them pup shapes. I can do anything. Think of the Dream Mellow almost like a cake. You can do anything with a cake. It's the same thing with the Dream Mellow. You just let your imagination go and it just goes.
Do you have any
Fantastic.
filled with like cherries or I don't know? You could create anything inside a marshmallow.
Anything. But you know what?
I didn't even know what the hell a marshmallow was until today. It could create anything.
How? But this has been a week for you in food.
I feel a food rush.
The dark chocolate ganache with dry raspberry on top is to die for.
Your kids must love you, or your dentist does not. I'm not quite sure.
They do. It's actually good. They get one a day, and they do have to eat their food. So it's better than store bought.
And you do all this yourself.
Everything.
And delivery, you cook, deliver,
Everything.
all of it.
Stickers, buying.
What do you do this all day?
ingredients,
All
research
day? All day?
Yeah, all day. I do take a couple of hours a day to feed the kids and change diapers.
Just a 2-year-old.
I know.
I'm a 2-year-old.
It's funny. I can imagine having this stuff in Costco, big box places.
You have to be careful with that because then you have to bring in preservatives, and I
Yes,
do
it's
not
chocolate.
want the preservatives changes that
Yep.
that moment that you had when you put it in. That
The perfect bite.
But I'm going to tell you the secret to Costco, because when we had a toilet paper shortage, it lasted 13 minutes. Your stuff would last less than that.
It's the
They're like ferociousness. They come down. Then you won't have to worry about
You know, there
preservatives.
was a movie with Barbara Streisand, and I don't remember the name of it.
The way we were.
No, when she puts all her food on a fork together, she takes a little bit of, I think it's road trip. She was on a road trip with her son. And they go to the steak place, and she puts a piece of steak, the mashed potatoes, this, everything on the forkful. And she calls it the perfect bite because it's all in one. And that, I just got the chills. And that's what your marshmallow is like. It's this perfect bite. And you just bite in, and then there's this crunch on top, the softness, and then inside, you don't expect it, and there's like a surprise in your mouth. Sorry. There just is. And then there's more.
She just let everybody like.
Mic drop. That's all I can tell you.
You like the perfect bite? You had it? Talking to your mic. You know, you're a host now. I shouldn't have to tell you that. How was that? Which one did you have?
The cookie marshmallow.
yeah, the s'mores.
Yes. It was a perfect combination.
She's a little offended, Slick, because we actually made s'mores on Monday with store-bought
Really?
everything. So she came to show us the proper way to eat a s'more.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you something. I was not.
That was a
I
proper
wasn't
way.
very impressed with the s'mores.
Really?
I ate it, not here,
There's
on Monday.
nothing to be impressed about that.
No, I you know, you wait 58 years for that perfect moment, and it shows up and it goes bah.
Wow.
Wah.
I took
So I
my
was like,
time
"It's
making
good,
his s'more
it's
too.
good." I wasn't too.
I took my
Wait,
time making
I
that
know
s'more
you
too.
already had your sugar for today, but the Graham crackers from scratch with a little bit of butter cookie in the mix with one of those marshmallows. Oh my
You know, you must be dangerous. How much does your husband weigh?
Not much, I'm telling you, it's all about balance. You have to eat your food, your fruits, exercise, and just have one bite
I don't think I'll
One bite a minute.
exercise.
I mean, one bite a day.
Bite a
You
minute.
know, if you have like after dinner, you ever notice after dinner you need like that little,
You just
that
need
little
one,
push?
though.
With this thing, I'm done for a week.
You just
Yeah.
need that
Yeah,
one,
right.
right?
Yes, that last one, that guava. Oh my goodness gracious!
The perfect one.
And they come in like a pack of 50. I mean, a pack of
No,
12.
they come
or-
in packages of 12, okay? Because we believe in balance, remember, Fred?
Yes, it's also called a double pack because 12 for me, 1 for him, 2 for him, 12 for me.
Unbelievable. How do people find you?
We're on www.sweetsbymilka.com, or on our social, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @sweetsbymilka.com. No, @sweetsbymilka. Remove the .com.
Sweets by Milka. You can find her everywhere. Your branding is great. You've done an incredible job. You found us, you messaged us, and you know what? She shows up.
Thank you for having
You
me.
did it. You show up. This is incredible. We're going to eat some more Milka. More to come. Spectacular presentation. We're going to send this over to Mia because I think, Mia, the next thing we need to try tomorrow when we do our Gubba Rum, because Sunday is National Rum Day, by the way. I just want you to know. I wonder if we can take one of these mallows or the piggies and kind of float it in the rum. Mia is our in-house bartender as well. So I'm thinking maybe we can mix like these chocolate marshmallow bites with some Gubba Rum.
I could do that. I actually make a s'mores drink that I light the marshmallow on fire, and I bet you it would taste better with these marshmallows.
See,
So we
Mia
could
knows.
definitely do it.
Whoa, you burn a marshmallow?
I burn a marshmallow on top of the drink. That's how you get the essence.
Yeah, see? Never question my mind. I know how my
Essence.
crew thinks.
Essence, you would need a fire extinguisher.
All right, kick it over to me. And Milka, thank you so much.
Turn the light on. her.
All right, this segment is
Right
brought
there.
to you by Gubba Rum. So Gubba Rum
Oh,
is
okay, okay.
naturally infused with delicious flavors. It has Gubba Silver, that is going to be coconut. We have Gubba Gold, which is going to be vanilla. They are naturally infused to make it the smoothest rum ever. So please come pick it up at your local liquor
know
store.
if I might
Gubba
preserve
Rum,
it.
it is wicked smooth.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke? If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
We are on fire. So let's spread your business like a wildfire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us at 888-224-5555 5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we ignite.
Mark Dane's paintings are custom designed specifically for your space. Each design will not only illuminate your space, but will also function as a truly unique light painting. Each piece is handcrafted using various dichroic glass shapes mounted at precise angles on a metal or wood panel. A specific integrated light source strikes the glass shapes to produce a combination of highly saturated colors. The light paintings can be customized to any shape, practically any size, and in any color combination. They can be configured to produce in excess of 5,000 lumens and may be placed on a table, a pedestal, in a niche, or hang on the wall. Come to the gallery at the theater and talk to Mark about placing a piece of his art in your home.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Okay.
And by the magic of TV and my magic wand, we now have the perfect s'more thanks to Sweets by Milka with these incredible shortbread graham cracker cookies on top of this delicious Dream Mallow.
Okay, grab me that water. I'll text in a second. The bottom line is, we do here Viernes Social. On Friday, we have Gubba, we have all sorts of craziness going on here. Monty, where's Monty? All this locura. We got to do a Milka mash.
So good.
What?
So good.
What?
So
What's wrong with your
good.
mouth?
So good. You ate it in one bite.
I did not.
You said more? Oh. So good, right?
I'm savoring it. I'm drinking
makes
water.
them red?
I'm watering down the sugar.
Amazing. Now I need to drink water. You made me talk. Keep talking.
Nope. This is, how long you been doing this?
5 years.
I tell you, this is an amazing deal that you got going on. The packaging it and everything that you're doing with this thing, this stuff is amazing. You can go with children, you can go with grown-ups, you can go adult parties, you can do anything because you are a maestro to this stuff. What I love about what she does is that you weren't afraid to keep going, keep growing, and keep doing. You know, the reasons that you did what you did, again, sorry for your loss, but when there's one door closes, another one opens.
We talked about this morning. Did I not tell
That's
you
what
this
I was saying.
exactly this morning?
That's what I was talking about. No, you said today we were doing no fear.
Well,
It's
she told me
already
at 1
started.
o'clock, but I said this morning what I've learned from this whole situation that we're all in is that it's not only about money now. People need the motivation to get out of bed. And he said, what are you talking about? And here you come and you say this entire business was because you needed that motivation to get out of bed and you got in the kitchen. We need this space to say, you know what? I got to get out. I got to pull these covers out of over my head and keep going. It's exactly what I said this morning. You thought I was crazy, and here she is.
And I'm going to add that it's not just getting out of your bed and making money with it. You might be able to find whatever that passion is and not make money with it. But as long as you have that outlet, like I think we all need that outlet. And coronavirus, it has given us that opportunity to find it. A lot of people, I hear them and they're all complaining about coronavirus. I'm loving it. It has given me tons of time to process and cry out fears and just like refine myself and redo myself almost, because now I'm becoming a different person than I was before coronavirus.
And I gotta just ask you, did you watch our show this morning?
I did not. I was baking
This is the
cookies.
reinvented you. This is what we were talking about.
She's reinventing herself. Our 1 o'clock hour is not having fear and how to say no and stand up for what you believe in and not apologize for what you have to say as a woman. And getting out of bed, and we discussed it's not about money right now for everyone. It's about survival of your soul, of yourself. And this is everything we talked about this morning. I can't even make this up how this happens.
This is pretty cool.
But it kind of does. And I'm really excited that you're still here because we've got Patty Goldenberg of Fem City Boca del Rey joining us from her beautifully clean house, which it always is. I always get a little jealous of Patty's floors because they always look good. And another great opportunity for you to network virtually with some incredible women.
Yeah. It's
So-
a big group. It's a big, and they have multiple places that you can.
They are international.
You know what I think about Fem City is that you can do something with Fem City where you send your stuff. They're all over the country, all over the world. And next thing you know, you're shipping out just to Fem City because they do all sorts of things within one another. But before we even get there, what I want to applaud, you know, I look at what Biden did. He brought in a female. I get it. I get all of that. I understand it completely. But 5 years ago, I had asked Dawn that I wanted to do something in the Latino market. And you got one of the hosts behind you, Esperanza. And that you are a female and you're bringing it forward, it gives me a lot of pride to be Latino right now. And the reason is because here you have somebody who has a dream, had an idea, and you did it. And the race ain't over by the stretch. I get it, because there's a whole lot more you can do with this thing. But here we go, and it's a tribute. And one of the things that I love about watching Fuego do their thing is that I get to see entrepreneurs coming in here, like your 1909, and they're kicking it off. You know, Esperanza said something to me today that made me feel really proud. She says, I would love to do this every day. And you know how many people are definitely afraid to even say those words? Okay, because they don't know that they are that good. And you are that good. Remember, what is it we always say in the house? Who's the best at what you do? I am. Right? And when you start believing in that magic, the food tastes better. The marshmallows feel better. Everything is feeling better. So I'm very proud. El orgullo, es orgullo, is what we call it in Spanish. That you are a role model for us to follow and grow into. Again, congratulations. This is, and I'm not blowing it up, this is unbelievable. And if you don't believe me, come and try and tell me this ain't the best thing you ever had.
They are spectacular, but it's your story. And I always say, and again I say it, everyone has a story that led you to your passion and your purpose of why you are where you are, and your delivery and your personality, and all of this rolled up into this delicious, perfect bite. And I look forward to doing more with you because it's amazing.
Thank you. I'll do my own show so you can really see what's behind.
We're all in. If you'll let us help you produce it, we are totally all in on that one.
Absolutely.
You got it.
Absolutely.
All right, so sit tight. If we've got Patty on, let's bring Patty Goldenberg over of Fem City Boca del Rey. There she is with that shine on her floor. You do it every week, Patty.
Hello, how are you? Yes, well, you're seeing it from a distance. It's a little furry if it's up close, thanks to my dog. But
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I really picked the wrong day to call in, though. I tuned in and saw those amazing marshmallows and cookies. Oh my goodness, that looks incredible.
And you cook.
I do.
And I remember going, and you did even National Ice Cream Day. You made your own ice cream, and I thought, this woman's crazy. I didn't even buy my, I think I bought a carton at the grocery store that day. But you make your own ice cream, so imagine making your own Dream Mallows.
That is above me. There's a whole temperature that you have to get to, and a lot of details that I'm sure that Milk is much better at than I would ever be. But I sure would like to try them.
Hey, Patty.
She's shaking her head, yes.
Hey, Patty, how you doing, Patty? How you doing?
Just rub it in. Just rub it in.
Just a little bit. I purposely waited.
What's happening in Fem City Boca del Rey?
Oh my goodness. So last week we had an amazing virtual coffee connection, and one of our members led us in a little clearing meditation to kind of get August kicked off on the right foot and with some positive energy. And now we are gearing up for our virtual luncheon, which will be August 28th on a Friday, still virtual. We are fortunate enough to have one of our Fem City members, Ann Zuckerman, who is a business law attorney. I think we had her on the show earlier at the other location. And she's going to be taking some questions and talking to us about just some of the legal considerations that businesses have right now as they're reopening, maybe responsibilities and rights both as an employer, an employee, and even a client or a customer. And, some things that we really need to be thinking about from a legal concern. So we have that coming up.
Okay.
Yes, a virtual lunch. And then as always, online through our global membership, we have so many virtual opportunities. We do a 10-day mental health mindset series that's going on, and all of these things can be found on our FemCity members only Facebook group or on our website with the library where everything is archived. We also do virtual networking and group coaching every Wednesday, and Thursdays are our live classes. We just had a Branding Brilliantly. We did how to sell on Poshmark. Coming up, I think we have how to do your own PR, and also how to use the Quoted platform. And I think we had talked about this before. I'd never heard of Quoted. It's QWOTED. And I've dug in a little bit, and Quoted is actually a platform for people to connect quotes with the actual resource source from journalists and reporters. So that would be interesting to use both for your own quotes or to find the sources of quotes you want to use. And we also have an interview on our blog. We haven't really talked about the FemCity blog here on the show, but we do have a FemCity blog, and we have a new interview with Danica Patrick, which if anybody is a racing fan, they know Danica Patrick, or from GoDaddy commercials. So I hope people will check that out.
That's fantastic. Got a lot going on. Yes.
Yeah.
You know who Danica Patrick is?
You like her?
I'ma tell you, she don't gotta win no race for me, baby. She's a winner.
She's a winner in your book?
The GoDaddy commercial during the Super Bowl a few years ago, remember that? She blew GoDaddy up.
She did. She did.
I'll never forget that leather jacket.
She is, I think, one of, if not the first, one of the first women race car drivers. I think she's IndyCar driver, not NASCAR. Don't quote me on that one, but I know she's in the racing industry. So.
Are you still able to highlight different members of Boca Del Rey virtually?
Yes,
So people get
we
to
are. We are. We do our logo sponsorships with our weekly event emails that go out, and then we can also feature them when we do our virtual, which those have not stopped. We're actually doing more events now virtually than we did in person, just because of the ease of timing. People don't necessarily have to block out 3 hours to, go to an event, get ready for the event, commute there, commute back, time for networking before or after. So it's a little easier for people to fit these events in their calendars. It's also easier for us to, get people booked to speak on the virtual platform. And so we can feature our members that way as well.
Fantastic. So Milka, I want to introduce you to FemCity Boca Del Rey. Just another ability to network.
Hello, Patty.
Yes.
Can't wait to start
Hello.
with Dream Mellows.
Hello, Milka. Yes, I definitely want to connect with you for FemCity and selfishly for my own kitchen.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Do you have any chefs or bakers as part of? Oh, she actually, you can go sit there. That's perfect. We're gonna put her back on right over there, or where she was by her malice. Do you have any bakers or caterers part of FemCity Boca Del Rey?
So we do have a baker, Sweet Heaven LLC Bakery. They actually did our cake and cupcakes for our anniversary luncheon 2 years ago, and they were fabulous. Do some amazingly beautiful creations that truly do taste as good as they look, which I know sometimes that's an issue. Things look really pretty on the outside, but once you take that first bite, it's not quite what you were expecting, but they check all the boxes. And then we have Shayna Wissoff, who works with Party Host Helpers. She is also a food blogger, Take a Bite Out of Boca, but she works with Party Host Helpers, which really comes into your home to run things for your parties, for your meetings. If you're having a big family dinner and you don't want to be dealing with cleaning up the dishes, they do all of that. And now, again, as you mentioned, kind of when one door closes, another door opens. Pivoting a little bit, they're offering help just, if you need help around the house while you are trying to run your business and homeschooling the kids. So they can kind of be there and help you get the meal set, get everything on the table, do the cleanup afterwards. So they've been pivoting that way, but they do a lot, with the events, some with the catering, some just managing the catering.
So Milka, we have to get you involved because it sounds like everyone could use a dream mallow. Like, what better way to kick off your week than a dream mallow, right?
Absolutely.
I agree. I'll definitely touch base with you so we can get in touch and you can dream with us and we can have people dreaming with us.
I look forward to that. Maybe that will be my dessert for our virtual lunch here in August.
Exactly.
That sounds amazing, right?
I'm thinking
Yes.
about graduations and parties and birthdays and all sorts of stuff. It's that little niche-y thing you get. I mean, you can get cakes and.
But how about just sitting in front of your TV with your feet up after a whole day, glass of wine, and just like one little sweet bite?
Because I know I'm not gonna have one bite. When you do it like that, you think I'm gonna have one bite. That's like having one potato chip. You open up a bag this big, and you take out one potato chip. Never gonna happen. You think I'm gonna have one of these? No, man. It's gotta be like a special thing where people are looking at me not being a slob and eating all of it. Have one.
Just have one.
And if I sit in front of a tea, I'm gonna have one that turns to 2, that turns to 12, turns to 200.
But it's no preservatives. It's no chemicals.
No corn syrup.
No corn syrup.
Organic cane sugar.
Sometimes you need a special treat, and if you can make sure that you're putting whole foods in your body, it's not a bad treat. And as long as it's a treat, it's okay.
That's right. For every bite I take, I drink 3 bottles of water.
Cheat days. No cheat days. Every day is a cheat day.
Every day. Lately, every day for me has been a cheat day here at the show. There is no
Yeah, but you can afford to eat it. You can eat 20 of those things and just keep on going.
No doubt about that. Patty, how do people join Fem City Boca del Rey?
Yes, so you can find us at femcity.com. Look for Boca del Rey under locations. We're also on Facebook at FemCity at Boca del Rey. And I will also share our link. We have a special link that people can go to with a special discount for your viewers. I will say we have both a monthly and an annual membership, but we have a global membership as well that is annual. And these classes, these Thursday classes that I keep sharing, those are taught by our global members. And you get so much exposure throughout the entire FemCity community, US and Canada. And we have a special half-off promotion on the global membership through August only. So people can click on the link that's going to be in the thread of the page and go straight to that.
Fantastic. All right, check it out. Fem City Boca del Rey. We're going to go to commercial break. Patty, thank you so much. I would say we'd save you a dream mallow. I don't know if there's any left, though. But next time. We'll get
next
in
time.
contact with Milka and
Look,
see
I
what
will
she can
save
join.
you. I will save you a little piece.
Save me that bite. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You watching it? You all right?
Patty,
Oh,
thank
God.
you so much. Stay safe. Dave. Milka, pleasure. We'll introduce you guys again. We're going to kick it over to Slick, go to commercial break, and then we're coming back and talking about no more fear, no means no, and no apologies needed.
There we go.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Once again, I'm here back with Dignity Memorial, explaining to you that Dignity Memorial is having free online seminars and free scatterings. You can save up to 30% with Dignity Memorial and pre-planning for, the afterlife. So lock in your prices now with Dignity Memorial and stay tuned for some more Brooklyn Cafe TV show.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
I look very snazzy right now. What do I have to say, guys?
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Roku. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Pioneer with us.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. You're the best.
So much.
You are the best. Unbelievable.
Good day for you? I don't know. I feel like I've been eating all week.
You have been. But so what?
Willy
Who cares?
Wonka, I'm like this Oompa Loompa of sugar and Dream Mallows
I
today.
gained 12 pounds this week.
I hear you.
I got a beach ball.
But I got to tell you, that was absolutely spectacularly worth it. Dream Mallows, sweets by Milka. M-I-L-K, milk with an A. You can't forget it. Amazing, amazing homemade marshmallows. The perfect bite, cookies. Just heat them up a little bit and delivery.
Milka, do you have a package that you have with you, like a packaging, an empty one? No, yeah, like a package, not the like that. I want a box. I want to do
Want the
something
empty
with a box.
box? An empty box?
I am a branding guru.
She's like, okay, she's gonna clean up the box for you and take care of it. And she's giving you the bow and everything.
Yes, because you know, in here we have stuff. Look around.
I know. We got
There's stuff
spectacular
everywhere. People will
things.
say, "What is that?" Let me tell you a story.
I got to tell you, it's been one of those weeks where things come forward, and you know it's going to come together, and you never know how it's going to come together. And these pieces behind us from Michelle Cancro, now my daughter's school, they're hanging records from the ceiling in different mass media pieces just like this, in different levels and albums and album covers, because again, we're into technology and what has changed, and CDs. And
You ever
disc drives.
hang albums from the ceiling?
I have not, but we're going to find out what that looks like.
It's
She's in the
really difficult to
process
play them when they're on the ceiling, though.
She's in the process of doing the installation right now, so I'll let you know how that looks out. I know.
Get some pictures. I want to hang marshmallows from the ceiling. Huh? Marshmallow.
Marshmallows you can't. You probably cannot do it with Dream Mellows. They won't hold.
Dream Mellows you can't.
Marshmallows are hard, so they'll totally hold. But the Dream Mellows are just gonna.
No, what you do is you put a little stand on the bottom of the string, and you put it to, and it stays right there.
She's like, she says, yeah, she sees it.
And if it melts, it's even better. Can you imagine your ceiling melting?
You just have the most amazing personality, and you got a 2-year-old to boot, and you're still laughing. That's just amazing.
A marshmallow room.
Remember when your kids were 2 and 4?
No. I put that all the way.
I drank
I put
a
that
lot
away.
back then, back in those days.
I bet you did. You remember that movie where they had the Marshmallow Man? It was a big guy, marshmallow.
Yes, the Jet Puff Marshmallow Man.
What's it called?
Oh no, the Michelin Tire Man was a marshmallow, wasn't he?
No,
Or
just
the-
say Marshmallow Man.
There were a different couple things.
Well, I'm thinking we have an outfit made, and Slick can wear it.
A Dream Mellow?
Yes.
Slick, you're gonna be the Dream
Slick,
Mellow.
you're gonna be the Dream Mellow Man.
I haven't signed up for that yet, but you know, I'll
Slick, I'll make it worth your while.
Slick, you've been working hard today.
And Slick, when they squeeze your finger, chocolate comes out.
Really? That's a whole
Think
whole
about it.
nother thing. It's a,
let's just think it through.
we're gonna think that one through. But Milka, thank you so much. These are absolutely amazing. And what I love so much, and we've got Nancy Berger joining us, and this is so much of the things that we've been talking about, and women empowerment. And I know you get so tired of hearing this, but this is really what it's all about right now.
What do you mean I get tired of hearing that?
I think you probably like, here we go again, women empowerment again.
What are you talking about? Every time you bring it, I'm 100% supportive.
You're totally supportive, but I think we need another name, because I feel like it's not women empowerment anymore. It's like it's not COVID anymore. There needs to be a new name. This is just normal.
Individual empowerment.
This is just where we're at. It's just empowerment.
Yes.
I agree. It's just empowerment, because women empowerment again means we're not gender equal. You never say male empowerment, and if we're going to be gender equal,
But I
everyone
never
should be
say woman
empowered.
empowerment. This is a businesswoman.
Everyone should be empowered, and this is how things just keep going.
Anytime you have a product and you push it out there, you're a success. Whether you sell one widget or you sell 1 billion, because you did it. You know, I was like telling you the kids, when I was in the 5th grade, I was never on television and radio. You got 2 kids that are doing that. Start from there and work to here. It's not an empowerment anymore.
It's true.
It is the new norm or the new way. Or let's just get up and do this.
Let's bring Nancy over. We got Nancy Berger joining us. She had a spectacular
Hello.
conversation. Hi, welcome.
It's so nice to see you both. Thanks for having me.
Well, I didn't know what to even tag you as. Writer, inspirational speaker. You do so many things. So
I'll take both of those.
I kind of feel like both of those. I was talking to Nancy yesterday when you were running production out here, and she's so spectacular in so many things. And what intrigued me when I saw your social media post is that you talked about fear and having these conversations with our friends. Again, that show that I want to create, these tough conversations that we want to have with our friends, or we don't, but we should. So So tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Yeah, so I've been a writer for 25 plus years and written about a wide range of things. But in the last decade, I really started to pay attention to fear and how people live with fear and how it affects them in their lives. And I realized that an awful lot of fear is about battling and fighting and trying to conquer something. And my working thesis is that we don't have to do that at all, that if we actually sit with it and embrace it and kind of let it inform us, we can move forward and make a better life for ourselves. So in other words, simple things like Dawn, you and I were talking yesterday, the fear of saying no. Like there's something behind that. If instead of trying to sort of crawl over it, we actually sit with ourselves and say, what is it that's bugging me? It's much more informative and productive, and it's not such a bad word. You know what I mean?
It's not, and we were talking about it being transgenerational, and I was telling my crew as we were getting ready for today, and Mia actually was shaking her head. She says, yeah, I say no, and then I listen to people go, but I'm sorry that I said no. She says, why can't we say no and not apologize? Why do we say no and then, well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, or I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but you don't hear other people do that. I guess men don't do
well,
that. You don't.
I think that, yeah. I mean, we're humans are social beings, so we kind of want to be accommodating and we want to say yes. Women in particular, I think, are socialized a little bit differently as nurturers, and so we really don't want to, disappoint. So it's just runs against our grain, but I think that it's all about language and use of language and the power of words. Saying no and then apologizing is like kind of counterproductive. And I think there's an apology epidemic. I really do. Like if you eavesdrop, right, Freddie? If you eavesdrop on people's conversations, the number of times people apologize, then what happens? It becomes meaningless. So apologize when you've done something wrong and you need to apologize. Don't apologize for expressing of you, because then what you're doing is actually projecting what someone's reaction is going to be. And that's not your business,
that's
right?
Fantastic. That's a great, I gotta tell you, that is the best line I've ever heard. I'm serious. Now, the other thing, Nancy, I wanted to ask you, you have confidence. I can sense it from you. I see it, I sense it. You have that confidence. Building up your confidence when you deliver your words, people aren't gonna mess with you. It's just not gonna happen. I've been in this business way too long where I've seen people say, okay, and they sort of begin to ask a question as opposed to demanding an answer. So when you say no, you say no. There's nothing more to do. And we have become an apologetic society. Too much I'm sorry. Everything's I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? If you're sorry, then don't say it.
If you've done something wrong, let's talk about it. No is a full sentence, right? No, period.
Absolutely.
No, thank you is also a full sentence. For parents, and I talk to a lot of parents, this has been very helpful for me. When my children would get into that sort of flow where they would do things that they knew they weren't supposed to do and then apologize, it became a crutch. It became something they used to just sort of get out of it. So I actually incorporated a policy where you couldn't apologize for 24 hours. And once we did that, there was a lot less behavior that required apology.
That's interesting.
It is. Should go
Then
the other
you do
way.
this with your kids, or you do this as you teach?
I do it. I've done it with my own children, but I incorporate it into my talks because it's really powerful. It makes you think carefully about what it is you're going to do before you do it, and then you're not faced with, oh, should I say I'm sorry? Should I say I'm sorry? It's just exhausting, an exhausting cycle.
I want to change gears real quick on this thing, because what's happening around us right now, as an author, as a businesswoman or man, either or, as a young student in college right now with what they're going through, you're going to have to be more assertive because you have to have more faith in yourself, correct?
Yes.
So when that
yes,
happens, okay.
And it's a really great point you're making, because I think that our younger generations are grappling with this almost knee-jerk comparison paradigm they're in because of social media, because of all the things they're following, all the things they're scrolling, and they're comparing themselves to everyone else. Mm-hmm. And what do we know about what people represent on social media? They represent what they want the reality to be, whether or not it is. So for our younger people, that confidence will, I think, be bolstered by not getting wrapped up in what everyone else is doing and saying and representing as their reality. Stay inside and find the strength and be comfortable with being you and not looking for validation from all these outlets that are just addictive and not really helpful.
And here you have one of your talking points. What fear is rooted in the aversion? Meaning what?
The aversion to saying no. What is the fear behind saying no? And I really do think it comes down to not wanting to disappoint people. But what we're missing is that you're projecting that you're going to disappoint people. You're actually going 2 steps ahead. Instead of speaking truth to whoever you're talking to and saying, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't work for me. And then letting it sit and let them be responsible for their reaction. We're taking responsibility for the reaction. It's not our business.
All right. It seems to me, and we spend so much time not wanting to disappoint others, so we disappoint ourselves because we don't stand up, man or woman. It holds the same thing for men as well. And then you sit in this resentment space.
Yes.
And if you don't act on it in the now or within 24 hours, you've missed your window. And the resentment and the patterns of behavior. And then finally when you stand up and they go, well, you never cared before, why now? Well, maybe you should have said something back then, because now these are learned behaviors that you never said no. So why would mom say no now if mom was okay with it for 20 years? Now suddenly
right, that's
no,
right.
And you're changing the culture. If we just stood strong from the beginning, we get adjusted a whole lot easier. It's like being truthful up front.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what else? And I'd love to know what you guys think about this. I think that there's an aversion to silence. I think that people just have to feel like they have to fill it. And when someone makes a request of you or shares an opinion that you don't agree with, to say, I respectfully disagree with you, and let it sit in the air and let it take up some space, rather than following it up with, I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings, or I'm so sorry if that, silence is really powerful, and really important things happen before and after silence. But I don't think we're too comfortable with it.
I love that.
Slick and I, we talk about that all the time. You can respectfully disagree, but you can still respect the other person. You don't have to always agree. A perfect example now with politics. We can agree to disagree and respect each other's opinions without fighting. And there is something to be said about silence. You and I, after studio yesterday, and it was a full day, we just sat and said nothing for about 30 minutes. And that was okay.
What about the fighting going on with this stuff? Wearing this or not wearing this? We shoot each other in stores now because somebody tells you, I want you to wear a mask before you come in this store. And we can't have conversation anymore. And the flip side to that, which drives me nuts, is the political correctness going on. Who defines that? I remember, listen, I'm old school, okay? I tell you no, I don't agree. I'm going to tell you no, I don't agree. You don't like me. I'm not here to be liked. I'm sorry. Oh, here I am. I was just sitting there. Wow. Nancy, how'd you do that? But I'm old school. And I'm going to tell you how I feel. Now, I've been told by my kids in here, I've been told with people at home, you can't say that. I can't say what? I've been saying it all my life. I grew up watching the Washington Redskins football team, not because I saw an Indian. I saw the Hogs. There were Hogs on the offensive line. And they had a whole culture about that because they were big, bulky men. I can't even say that on the air no more because I'm offending somebody. So this is going in so many different directions.
In so many different directions.
What's right and what's wrong? I'm afraid to talk. I gotta hold my finger up. Look, they gave me a stick.
Is that your shush stick?
This is my shush stick. Shut up, Freddie.
It is getting. I'm sorry?
The courses that you do online, and you teach women and you teach empowerment, what are some of the topics that you cover?
I cover a lot. A lot of what I cover is about having difficult conversations. Kind of actually, sometimes I do role playing, facilitate role playing, and you would be amazed at how people have trouble and they don't know what to say. So I actually coach about different ways to use language, how to speak your truth, without, feeling uncomfortable, how to lean in when things get a little sticky and not just run for cover. So I do some of that. I also speak about how to befriend your fear and different ways and tips and tricks for embracing fear, understanding yourself a little better, and building a path forward that works for you, that feels authentic and powerful, but right, aligned with your soul. So that's a lot of what I do.
How to embrace your fear instead of run from it or hide from it. It's okay.
Or fight it or battle it. I don't, the whole fearless thing, I do not subscribe to. And I think it's a dangerous message to send our kids. Be fearless? No, not so much. Be fearful, but understand what it's about so that you can unpack it and then use that information to make your life better.
We used to call it respect the game. You ain't got to run from something. My father always told me, when I used to go to the ocean, remember the waves? I was a little kid. The waves used to hit me on Jones Beach. I used to go back in there and I used to get mad. And he says, never, ever scream at the ocean. Do not curse at the ocean. Do not get mad at the ocean. And he taught me the words, respect the game. My father taught me this. Same thing with life is what he was trying to tell me. It's okay to have fear, but understand what you're fearing.
And Freddie, it's not easy for people. It's not easy for people to unpack that sometimes. It takes time and a lot of sitting with yourself and kind of getting in the weeds to really be able to articulate, what is it that's bugging me about this? But that is good work. That's where the good stuff happens.
What about now? Fear of businesses failing, fear of losing your job because your kids, you have to now homeschool your kids. All of these fears are not, they're emotional, but these are things that you might not be able to control.
They're real, and they're very real fears. And when I talk to people about fears, like people say, well, what about, I'm afraid of traveling. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of spiders. There's many different kinds of fears, and they kind of attack different parts of our brains, right? So the fear of I might lose my job and not have enough money to feed my family, that's a real fear. And I'm not trying to in any way minimize it or say, oh, well, you just figure out what it's about and then you're going to be fine. That's real. But you can't control whether you lose your job in a pandemic. You can control how you react to that. So do some homework, lay a groundwork, do some networking stuff. Try not to get frozen and stuck in kind of inertia. Figure out ways to channel your emotion positively and productively. In the case of fear of spiders or heights, that's the amygdala part of your brain. That's not the logical part right here, the cortex. So that's a whole different thing. So it sort of depends. The fear dictates kind of how to approach it. Does that make sense?
Different fears. And Milka, I kind of feel like you fall into the same, right? Yeah, let's get her a mic slick.
Turn the table.
You fall into the same category of here you are, and you started your business before a pandemic, but you've taken this opportunity to address what?
Every fear. I love fear, and I love how she's saying not to be fearless, because fear drives you. Fear,
yes.
You know what it is, and I've discovered so much throughout coronavirus because I'm stuck at home all day with 3 kids. So they've tested every control that I can possibly have, and that's where it all comes from, the fear of I want to control my environment, I want to control this. Why? Why do I want that? So I've had to change everything on a personal level to be able to not kill them, like literally, and not drive myself crazy. But it has also shown me on the business side everything that I've been holding on to, that it's not allowing me to go to the next level because I have that fear of failure. And it's like, why? I haven't even tried it. Why fear? So it's awesome, Nancy. I love what you're saying.
Well, I love what you're saying. And it goes back also to Freddie's comment before we came on. If you sell one thing, you're a success. That's mindset, right? You are what you think you are. And then what you aspire to is what comes to you. And I really, really believe that. And if you can understand what's getting in your way, you will be able to sort of crack the code.
You know, it's funny, when I was, because I had to raise Freddie and Gio are 5 years apart. But they always have friends that came over the house. And I used to sit in the chair and I used to see kids be kids. So their job is to drive you crazy. So the moment you begin to understand their concept, you begin to understand children. So I used to get the upper hand. I used to outthink them. So all of a sudden, that's why Freddie and Gio are the way they are. They're always trying to outthink me. Sick is a little bit that way too. He wants to stay always a step ahead. But what begins to happen is when you understand that kids are going to be kids, and they should be. That's what you're happy about. Because if your kids were too quiet, something's wrong. If your kids are withdrawn. And I think that as parents, we're missing the signs that our kids are sometimes a cry for help. They're not understood. How many kids that we have in here who have told us, my parents don't understand me? We're not listening or paying attention to the signs. I'm happy they're driving you crazy because they're supposed to. That's what they're supposed to do. And Nancy, let me ask you, are you a professor or a teacher in schools for this?
No, I'm not a teacher. No, I'm not licensed as a teacher. My credentials are really as a writer and a speaker. But it's funny you mentioned that because I would like to take this to schools and offer it as a community service to talk to young people. Because what you say, Freddie, is soberingly true. That the younger generation don't feel validated, they don't feel heard. Right. A lot of it is because all these poor parents are busy and they're trying to work and they're doing all this stuff. So I'm not faulting them, but I'm saying a lot of what I write about is how we can be better listeners. Because if you listen, they will talk. But if you're always trying to tell them what to do, there's not an opportunity for you to hear their experience, and that's a missed opportunity.
She's right.
We got to listen to our kids. And you were talking about fear of failure, Milka. I think sometimes business owners, for women, we have a fear of success. And I think there's this fine line on a continuum between fear of failing and fear of succeeding. And you can ask any woman, and they go, I'm not afraid to succeed. But yet, we career sabotage when someone gives us an opportunity. No, I can't do that. Or you give it a little bit, but not that not that whole thing, because there's another 20 things you got to do because you're this nurturer and you got to make dinner and do this and iron the sheets and the things that you would never normally do, but now suddenly you feel compelled to do, but you've got this opportunity. What is this continuum that we've got going on in our heads?
Or it's imposter syndrome, and there's a lot of that going around where women think, oh, if I take this opportunity, everybody's going to figure out that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? Which goes back to fear. So the continuum really starts and ends with your definitions. What's your definition of success? If your definition of success is I'm going to blow up everybody's phone, my followers, I'm going to have thousands of followers, I'm going to get all these media deals, and then what? And then what? People are going to find me out. Or maybe success is I show up my authentic self and feel good about that, no matter how scalable or not scalable it is. How about that? So I think it's how we define things and what narratives we create about success or failure.
Yeah, the imposter syndrome. Why would somebody listen to me?
You know, Nancy, right. if you get, those 5-gallon water jugs? If you buy one of those and you put a quarter every time you get in your own head, you will be a very rich person at the end of the year. Get
Absolutely.
out of your head. All the other things take a little room in there. Get out of your head. Don't think you're a success the day you woke up and decided, I'm going to do this. You're only going one way up because nobody knows when you're not successful. You make a bad cookie, somebody's gonna eat it. Somebody. I've been in this production business for over 12 years. The other day, as bad, and I had to apologize till the cows come home, I left the mics open. People were texting me, Freddie, your mic's open. But I had a whole lot of things going on around me. I made a mistake. But you know, the person told me, listen, we came to you because you are the best. That happened is not you. It doesn't define who I am. Get out of your head. Too much going on when you're thinking about, oh, am I gonna be? No, forget about it. You are successful. You're here. You took that first leap of faith. You did it one time.
Yeah.
You can only go in one direction, honey. Ain't nobody gonna know if you're not failing. Only you.
I know, it's all mindset. Yeah. That's right. It's mindset. I'm a firm believer in that, boy. Preaching to the choir.
And how do people find you? You have coaches, individual and coaching sessions.
Yes, people can find me on my website, www.nancyrburger.com, nancyrburger.com. You can find me there. You can reach out, email me, and all my social media links are there too. So reach out, and I'm happy to do a gratis call to sort of do some exploration if someone wants to talk further.
Freddie wants to know if that's your book. No.
What?
It says, find your fear, find your way. It's incredible branding that's in it. It's not her book.
That's my tag. That's my tag. That's sort of my mantra. Yeah. No, the book will be coming. The book will be coming. I'm working on it.
I gotta tell you, speed it up because we need more burger. We got milk and burger. Milk and burger today. I love it.
That's such a Puerto Rican thing.
I'm telling you, we love the food. But I gotta tell you, I admire the fact that because you not only walk the talk, you have to look, you have the whole nine. Confidence is such an important factor. You know, when the kids came in here from all the different colleges and everything else, the first thing we ended up doing with them is they do their own show. And they sat there and they looked at me and says, what am I gonna say? I says, you figure it out. Now they're doing their own podcasts. Now they're doing their own commercials.
Fantastic.
Now they're doing their own voiceovers. Now they're gonna be putting on Real Radio at WNN, and they're gonna do that. Because you can't just learn, you gotta grow and go. You gotta give something back.
And you do that by messing up, right? You mess up and then you grow. It's
Who's not gonna, if you don't mess up, there's something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You're not doing enough.
And we learn. And we learn all the time. I sent out an email and it was, I guess, way too intimidating.
I was tough.
Shortened it down.
Well, you learned the lesson.
We all learn it as we do it, but we can't be fearful of taking that step. We just have to make adjustments.
Oh my God, you just made me laugh. Nancy, there used to be a time when I used to go on Facebook and let's say I see your book and I see you're an author and this, and I used to say, hello, would you like to come on the air? That's all I said. And some people used to say, who is this strange guy? Remember? People have been on the set and said, this guy, this wackadoodle, who is he? Yes, I want to be on the show. Okay, I'll let you talk to Dawn.
He had to change it, right?
I had to change because you know what? Sometimes less is more. There's a lot of fantastic people in Facebook and on the net and everything else. And you offer them an opportunity to come on, let me hear your story. And they don't take advantage of it. Do you know how many people have told me no? I don't get it.
I don't understand it.
Too easy?
Talk about, success and failure. We talked about exposure in the media. And then when I send follow-up emails just as a thank you, it's that 1% I might hear back from.
But they don't because they get intimidated by the email because you tell them, like Milka, I want Milka to do something with food and children. I mean, there's about 400 different ideas that I can go with this thing in different directions. It all depends how much she wants to do. But it's her decision, not mine. Right. We're doing just the house stuff. Let's get it done. Let's get it out there. Next thing you know, Milka's selling product all over the country. You're going to have to get out of your kitchen. You're going to have to bring in a kitchen that does it for you. It's too much, too many orders, too big, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's what we do. But sometimes you get intimidated because you want to nudge them a little bit faster. I'm not ready for it. Okay.
That's what you realize. And you must.
Yeah, you realize that, but then wouldn't it be great to be able to have that discussion? Well, what is it that you're afraid of, right? Then you really start opening up the
But would they tell you, Nancy, will they tell you, my biggest fear is? We don't get too much. of that.
Sometimes, right? I know. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to foster. That's what I'm trying to be a cheerleader for.
It's the conversation. And I think, and for another time, we'll have this other conversation. You ask someone, how are you? I'm fine, I'm great. You know they're not. But it's that honesty. I keep choking today.
I know. What the hell are you choking at? You got too many cookies.
Okay, I guess we're not supposed to be talking.
You know, when I
today.
used to coach Little League, I will never forget the first day I coached Little League. A guy gave me the gloves and bats and balls because he had to go to Texas. He says, here, you're the coach now. And I didn't have an idea of anything in Little League. I didn't know how to coach. My son was on the team. And they were all sitting there looking at me. It's like a Bad News Bear story. And the coaches were there looking at me. And they go, okay, coach, what are we going to do? Nancy, as God is my witness, I hadn't a clue. So what I did was I went to one of the mothers who was there for practice, and I said, do you have a lipstick? And I took a scorecard and I wrote the word no fear. And I put it in the dugout. And I said, today we're going to learn these words. And they said, what does that have to do with baseball? And I said, by the end of the year, when you become a champion, you're going to teach no fear. And by God is my witness, we won that year. Freddie will tell you the story. They wore shirts, just like the mustard and the ketchup. That's where I got that whole idea. They wrote those shirts, no fear, with a big circle and an X. And it was that word, no fear, that carried them in the pressure when you have a game. Like life is a pressure. Everything in life is pressure, right? No fear. Amazing.
And this year, this year, my gosh, what we've been tested by, right?
You ain't kidding.
So the messaging is stuff's going to happen, but we're going to get through it. Some things will take longer than others and we'll be less comfortable, but we will get through it. But if you don't think that, if you think you're going to get COVID, if you go to the grocery store, then by God, you're not going to want to go to the grocery store. You have to shift your thinking around, well, I'm going to be okay. We're going to get to the other side of it. And that's what you did with those players. We're going to get to it's bigger than baseball, right? It's bigger than COVID. It's bigger than.
I like that. It's bigger than baseball. It is. And right now, more than ever, we need to have these conversations with our friends, with our colleagues, because you know what? I can't think of anyone, when you ask them, how are you, that's truly great when they tell you they're great. Because on a good day.
But they think nobody cares. They think nobody wants to hear it.
They think nobody wants to. I was at the dollar store the other day, and the woman behind me, they said, how are you? And the woman behind me says, I'm terrible. And she looked at her and she says, you know what? Thank you for being honest. She said, because, and then she had this conversation as she was checking out at the dollar store. Why are you terrible? And she said, I lost my bed. I've been sleeping on the floor in somebody's living room. But whatever it was, she was honest enough to have that conversation. And I got to tell you, I appreciated that authenticity because it is what it is. Someone else sent me their bank account that same day. That was that day. They sent me a picture of their bank account. Could I help them? And it was in the negative.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's tough.
Right? And I haven't even replied back to her because, again, when you're in this business, you don't know who's sending you what for what reason. But at least these people were honest and authentic and not saying, I'm great, and then going home and covering their head. So I appreciate the honesty. Nancy, so much more to come with you.
So happy to be here. Thanks. It's wonderful to meet you, and I hope to talk to you again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Good stuff. Thank you, Nancy.
Slick, are we kicking this
Bye-bye.
over to? Today in History with you and Vinny.
Wow.
The two of them together.
You better hold on to a mic. Otherwise, you'll be history.
I have to say that, wow.
What do you think?
Well, I think today for me was more than just Dreamos. I am learning a lot.
This has been all week. This one has been busting it out for the last 2 weeks. It's an interesting story. All right, let's kick it over.
All right. You want to start it off?
Who's wants to?
Today in history, Bonnie and Clyde was released in theaters back in
1967. Mike's
yeah,
on?
my car's on. Yeah. I lost my train of thought now. Oh.
Well, basically, he was saying Bonnie and Clyde got a release on 1974, guys, and Crash the Party, Mr. McDreamy Luke Bryan, released his album in 2013 that topped Billboard charts on 2014. So he was number one. So Luke Bryan released his fourth studio album today, McDreamy, Mr. Country Singer.
Isn't today's
and
no?
We'll be back with some more Brooklyn Cafe TV show.
As the coronavirus pandemic continues to run its course, Paramount Property Maintenance is offering the community a helping hand. Introducing the COVID-19 Action Disinfecting Plan, a one-of-a-kind procedure that will effectively clean and disinfect your business or place of residence. Paramount Property Maintenance has years of experience in dealing with biological contaminants, and their methods are proven to be more reliable and more extensive than any janitorial or cleaning service in South Florida. The COVID-19 Action Procedure features the use of hospital-grade disinfectant recommended by the CDC, as well as a highly trained sanitation team that will make sure every surface in the room receives proper treatment. Contact Paramount Property Maintenance today at 305-761-8191 to make your home or workplace COVID-19 free.
We are on fire. So let's spread your business like a wildfire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we ignite.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
2020 Network is a platform to amplify the impact and voices for Gen Z and millennials, covering topics from small businesses, cooking, inspiration, and hot topics. 2020 puts a modern spin to what is happening in our world and everyday lives. 2020 Network has something for everyone. There's Slick Speaks, Teddy Unscripted, Small Talk, Homemade with the Animator, Musical Therapy, Spotlight, No pun intended, Callaway's Corner, What's the Tea? We will be sure to help you amplify your impact and inspiration on the 2020 Network. We are an upbeat, dynamic group that turns every show into a great time.
Not all CBD products are made the same. Here at your CBD store, our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561-437-1080.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we fade to black. We got to check our labs. I know our executive producer says our mics are too low, so
Turn up the game.
so I have to see what's going on with that. So welcome back. What a show.
Oh, we're overmodulated now? How could we be overmodulated? Really? No, that was this morning because the box,
And now he says our lavs are too low. I don't know. It's every time you take that. She says, what about now? I don't know. You guys got to listen. We don't have ears on. You got to listen. But you remember back in the day how these things used to magically happen?
Too low.
Like Lucky Charms?
You what?
Remember how back in the day things used to just always magically fall into place? I feel like we've entered back in the past 2 weeks into this realm of I say it and here we are. And you say it again and it comes forward. Today, I mean, Milka stayed all day. She came for a 20-minute segment. She was here for 2 hours.
Well, Milka came in an hour on a roll. She should have done a 2-hour set. But it's amazing because there is no lack of ideas.
No.
You know, I learned that timing is important. That's what Slick taught me. I'm learning from Vinny that you can be different and still be acceptable. It's not a problem. Okay, Nancy said the same thing.
It's the fear. And it's funny because you said whatever you said, and you said, I'm sorry for my opinion, and boom, there you are.
I know, it happens.
Right? It happens
I
a
feel
lot.
horrible. I didn't do that on purpose either. It just happens.
And this is exactly what it was.
How is that? Why is it that every time I see you, you're eating?
Because he can.
What are you eating?
The marshmallow with the graham cracker.
How do you like that?
It's nice.
The graham cracker tastes.
With the graham cracker with it, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of a lava cake.
That's what I was going to tell you.
oozing.
Doesn't it taste like cake?
Yeah.
And she heats them up, and there's this like little bit of deliciousness inside.
You didn't
What
have
that
it
one
before?
was?
If I was,
What was that?
I wouldn't work out if I was in her
That
house.
was like a chocolate cherry inside of this one. What was that?
Yeah.
Right?
No, I'm going to tell you that.
That was different than the that
She
other
put-
one. That was different than the
Her mind's been exploded.
what was that first one we had?
Not the first one, the second one. Oh, the one with the thing on the top and the chocolate on the inside?
Yeah,
What
that
was
was different. This tasted,
Caramelized.
that
sa-
wasn't
salt,
toasted
perhaps
caramel.
pretzel?
The first one was like toasted caramel. This one was like a chocolate covered cherry.
No, I'm going to tell you that first one.
With some
with
crunch
the pretzel
to it?
stuff, and they had the chocolate. Did you have one of those? The
I
chocolate
just
in the
did
middle?
that. I just picked it out.
I'm going to tell you something.
I
That
fell
And
in
these
love with
homemade
the
graham
cookie.
crackers.
I have a new development for you guys. You buy 12 of those, right? And you go wherever you go, and you offer someone to
Marshmallow.
taste it. Do a taste test, a nice looking young lady. And the object of the game, if you love this, you got to give me your digits. If you don't love this, you get to go home.
I think we're gonna leave with an empty plate and no numbers. I think. Yeah, I think that's gonna. But look, I mean, I'll
After
try that
today's show, you're going to
experience.
tell me that? The
I
answer?
don't know. I don't know. You know, they might just eat it and they might just, say ha 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 ha. I'll just get another one.
Steve Gubb says you've never heard of s'mores. Steve, what happened is Monday was National S'mores Day, and someone saw our branding of the s'mores and said, how can we do s'mores without their dream mallow? So they came on today and gave us their version of s'mores.
Which is delicious.
So it has grown. So Sunday is National Rum Day. Tomorrow I want to do a National Rum Day celebration. Maybe you guys can look this up as Your Day in History, Slick and Vinny.
I thought every day was National Rum Day.
Sunday's actually National Rum Day. So tomorrow's segment with Gubba Rum and Castamia, I want to do something about National Rum Day.
Are we having hot dogs tomorrow?
I haven't talked to them, but I have another idea because we've got Amy Minty joining us, and I want to talk to Amy because Amy is such a huge proponent of small business and keeping businesses open and supporting the communities as an authentic writer. It goes beyond her as an author. It's who she is as a person. And so yesterday we were talking about making sandwiches for kids in capes for people that are hungry. And Amy's supporting, last week she did a hot dog dance, and 1 week she's supporting another restaurant. I thought maybe we can bring her into the fold on making these sandwiches to give back how our local author gives back to the community making sandwiches. So this is kind of an idea that's going around in my head.
We should call Mike.
Who's Mike?
Crazy Uncle Mike. Send him over there. The
We could do that too. Why, does Mike need sandwiches?
I don't know. Mike is always doing something for
Well,
somebody.
you know, Kids in Capes, they have all these homes and these families that need food.
There you go.
And that's what I was thinking. Maybe we bring Amy into we talked yesterday about making these peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and Vinny wants to work on it, and Amy, and I think it'd be kind of like a nice family opportunity.
Might be fun, yeah.
And you sort of put it in my head, but it doesn't translate so well into text. I don't have it translate so well when I talk about it on air either, but you know what my head, you know what I'm thinking?
The marshmallow. I was just talking to Vinny about the marshmallow thing because I'm still on it.
He's
But
still on the marshmallow
it's not gonna work because they're gonna ask us, where is this from? Did we make it? Like they wouldn't trust it because
Sweet
it's
by Milka.
homemade. I'll say it's made by me. Yeah, made by.
Why do you think I got you a box?
Oh, true. Oh.
Oh.
Now I see where you're going with
you
the
go.
box. Okay.
You
all
hand
right.
out a card. You hand out your card.
Okay.
You put that on the box and say, if you want more information, give me your digits. Here's my card. You're not doing anything naughty. You're just being a businessman.
You hear that, Vinny?
But
We
she
got
was
this.
intrigued by everything that happened today, how it all fell into place.
You see
That's
how
good.
the guy's mind thinks?
No, only your mind thinks that
No,
way.
because
Ooh,
I didn't
yeah.
know you. I didn't know you was placing cards, and I forgot about the box. I thought we
The
were gonna
box
have
is
like
right
a
there.
platter. I thought we were gonna have like a platter, right? And then just have them laid out, and it'll be
you put it in
weird.
the
Really
box.
not much strategy, you guys, in meeting a girl.
It's not that much strategy. I feel like you just have to dive into it, like you're going into 12 feet, and then see what happens.
You
It's
gotta
not that
have
much
fun when you
strategy.
do this. Otherwise, why do it?
I like, what is it? I like or before we close, I used to like the group setting, like going by myself in a group.
You
I
mean
know a
women?
lot of guys feel like you shouldn't go up to a group of, you should wait until like, you know, you have either one or two.
A
But I like the
group?
group. Like I'll say
a
five,
bunch of
4
guys
or
with you?
5. No, the girls, like 4 or 5.
Oh.
And then you see where the energy flows, and you see like depending on the girl that you chose at the point in time, you'll see like you see the dynamic.
Yeah, you
within
went
the
fishing.
group.
You said, girl said no. She said no. Ooh,
Nah, I
she
don't
said
say
yes.
no. I don't say no. I already
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I scope. I already scope
you
it out.
scope,
So it's
alright.
like
A group
I'm
of girls.
sorry.
Is it easier to get digits in a group of girls than
I think
single
it
girls?
is. I think it is.
I think that you guys have enough charisma that if you say something intelligent, you're going to get an intelligent response back.
But where do you
That's
meet
all.
girls? You have to physically be with them to give them the dream mellow. It's like a cushion for your head. I mean,
Okay.
there's so many things you can do with branding on these dream mellows.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm gonna lay something on you that I did in Jones Beach back in the day. Went to the beach.
Makes you go,
I went to the beach. And on the beach, there's a lot of people. So you gotta walk the beach and look to see where the chickaritas are. Sometimes they're by themselves, right? Because there's no husbands or boyfriend or whatever. And that's where you go up and you say, listen, can you try this? We're doing a taste test. Can you tell me if you like this?
All right.
And that's the end of that. You give them your card, maybe and you go from there.
So we'll go to the beach, Vinny.
Uh-huh.
We'll get some fish tacos and we'll go to the beach. And
You
do
see,
it.
but you can't.
Yeah,
Hold
the
on,
beaches
hold
are
on,
open.
hold on. You can't get fish taco-ish.
No,
People are
for
not gonna
lunch.
eat
For
that.
lunch, you know, when we're done with.
Oh, for you.
Yeah,
So you're
for
thinking
us,
about you
yeah,
before.
fish
You guys are
tacos.
hungry for lunch?
Yes. Right now,
Fish
I think
tacos.
I'll be on some fish tacos. Seriously.
Well, you know, we should find a fish taco place to get you some fish tacos. End of the Ave.
I was
End of the
trying
app,
to
they do
end
got
the
nice
show
fish
on a no
tacos.
fear segment, confidence, and they're fish tacos.
Well, they're confident. They're hungry. They're going to go out and get some lunch.
Seriously.
Steve Gubb wants to know where our campfire is. We had our campfire here on Monday, and we made our s'mores. Tomorrow is Rum Day. Gubba Rum. We've got Amy Minty joining us. We also have the Kids Show with Veronica and Veggie Vera. They're going to be joining us remotely with Jade_Empire in her dancing. We've got that promo spot to play. A lot of things going on in the
A lot of
house.
good stuff.
A lot of great stuff. Hector, I don't know if Hector got a marshmallow or a cookie, but I hope he did. The great animator. And a lot of things happening today at 5. We have Small Talk with Val, a special edition airing after work hours. So we're going to check that out. Followed by 7 o'clock, we've got Kids in Capes on WWNN with Bree and Allie, a spectacular show watching these girls grow up. They are amazing ambassadors to the Kids Television Network that airs Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And at 7:30, we've got a new live show coming to you, 2-Minute Warning with Benny Blades. You talk about things to talk about in football now. I hope he takes this opportunity and share some thoughts on this one.
We should, because everybody's talking about it.
You know, so you can call into the radio.
We got 2:30. We have Jay,
Colored pencil artist.
and that's not the
I
name
know
of the
that's
show.
not the name of the show, but I want to differentiate him. I haven't led you wrong yet.
Nope.
Haven't steered you wrong yet in 2 weeks, have I?
I'm all
In 4
in.
years. You don't even question me anymore, which is a
I
beautiful
can't.
thing.
The last time I did, I almost lost my shirt.
Keep your shirt on.
Yeah.
Keep your shirt on, is all I can say. You guys, thank you again for a spectacular production. Sweets by Milka. It's milk with an A. Check out these amazing Dream Mallows. Nancy Berger, Burger. Have no fear. Have these conversations with your friends. Be authentic. You know what? That's what friends are for. And if they're not your friends, call us and we'll be your new friends. Contact us for anything you can do. And of course, Patty Goldenberg, Fem City, Boca Del Rey. It has all been about networking today.
It's a lot of fun today. Good stuff.
Have no fear. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other.
And as always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna say and craters, open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche, helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors, just a ray of light.